Hi guys, I'm John Carrick, author of Legacy of a Mad Scientist and The Legend of Ashley Fox. Today we're looking at 100 Bullets 72, and this is Romulus and Remus, Ronnie and Remus, although everyone calls him Rome sometimes, Ronnie here. And he is not having a good time at his mom's birthday party. It looks like they actually put 50 candles on the cake. So they're singing happy birthday, make a wish. She wishes she could blow out all these candles. And he says, well, let me open my present first and help you out with that. It's a new hairdryer. And his brother is not enjoying this. Not at all. So plugs in the hairdryer, uses it to blow out all the candles on the cake right into his brother's face. They just had spaghetti for dinner, it looks like. And he throws the knife to his brother to cut the cake. Craziness. And then he comes over and puts a second hat on his head because he has to leave. He's not even waiting to have any cake. He says he'll have it tomorrow morning. He has to go out. He's got a deal he's got to take care of. And so leaves his brother holding the knife. Very unhappy. And his mom, of course, knows about it. He's got a girlfriend named Pam. Where are you taking her tonight? You be good to her and be careful and have a good time. So Lars is still going out to dinner at El Coyote, and people tell him that they're sorry about his father and that he was going to come with his sister, but she didn't come, etc., etc. So they say that his table in the back room is not quite ready, and would he like to have a drink at the bar? And he says, sure. And he orders sangria. I don't know what that is or why it gets him made fun of, but it does. But so as he's going over to the bar, she tells him that a couple people called, that someone called and asked to be added to his reservation. And he does not know who it is to add two names or to add two people to the reservation. And they didn't give a name. And he asked if it was a man or woman. She says it was a gentleman. He's like, huh. So his sister's not coming after all. And now we get the club where they are watching the band play. And this poor guy, I think his name is Bob Irolo, just keeps getting beaten up. So he hit on some girl. He said something kind of disgusting to a girl nearby while he was waiting for a drink. And she, told him off. And he said he was just kidding. And then he's telling his friends this story. I said I was just kidding. And Pam, Remy's girlfriend, goes into him for being married and being disgusting and a liar. And what would you have said if she said yes? Would you have still said you're just kidding? And for a couple pages here, this is not, I suppose getting straight to business is a little bit too much. But this makes me dislike this book a little bit because I hate all these people. I already don't like Remy. But now this guy's a dick. His girlfriend's a jerk. And what's really happening is this is supposed to be a deal. And they're all bickering like someone's going to get killed over nothing. And I guess if there's a goal, but these are new characters. We're at issue 72. And maybe I'm overanalyzing this because we are so deep in. When I first read it, I just blew past it. But now that I have to explain it to you guys, it's harder to explain. It's harder to justify because this is not a fun scene to read. But regardless, Remy tells him, look, just chill out. Let's have a couple of shots. Let's enjoy the music. We'll do the deal after. And he just wants to get it done. He wants to go home. He's got to get up early. He does not want to be there. He's not into the band. Nothing about this is any fun for this guy. He does not want to be here. So maybe choosing the right venue for a business deal is important too. Remy is making all the wrong mistakes. Now this is Ronnie getting a phone call from his boss, who I believe is named Mr. Palladino. And he wants Ronnie to take the door from the club that he's going to, which happens to be the same club that his little brother is at. And he tells him that he knows that Heinz Meat has a tapeworm, that not as much is coming in as going out. And he thought that they had dealt with this tapeworm and that it was solved. And apparently it's not solved, and he wants it solved. And he says, do you want me to look into it? And he says, no. And he thinks he hung up on him. He wants it solved once and for all. No more tapeworm. So this is Rome, or Ronnie, knowing that he has to do something about Remy. I don't see why just getting him fired from his job isn't enough. Just make him quit. Just get him fired. Get him out of the company. Get him out. That's all there is to it. He's fired, you know? Stealing from the company, he's fired. So now this is Lars, and he gets joined for dinner by Javier Vasco and another guy. I believe it's his son. Might not be. But they're going to have a conversation about where Anna, his sister, fits into the trust and whether it's going to be Lars or Anna. And Lars is a bit of he's not aggressive. He's not aggressive with people. And it's funny, they don't make fun of him for drinking sangria. And I don't know what it is. It's probably a sweet drink. It's probably like a girl drink. And, but they order scotch, and they do kind of like humiliate him for not drinking scotch. And this guy is getting more and more short-tempered. And now he's complaining about the band. And he insists that they head out and make the deal. And then he says, hey, isn't that your brother down there? Because, well, maybe not yet. Yeah, well, maybe here's where they see him. Here's where they see Ronnie, out in the crowd. And he is not here to fuck with Remy. It just so happens that Remy's there and that they wave to him. Now we get Graves, who is in town, who hooked Remy up with a gun. And he is, the bum asks him for some change. And he says all he carries is paper. And that's just one page. And we don't see any more of it. And it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because then we cut to her. So this is Anna coming out of the restaurant where she had dinner. And she's telling someone she feels like a total shit for standing up her brother. But she was supposed to have dinner with him, and maybe we'll just split dessert. And she might bring him along. So she might go out and see him. And she says ta. She says ta when she's saying goodbye to people, which is obnoxious. And then she says, Otto. Hello, Anna. How are you? It hasn't been easy. I spent most of my life with your father. You and Daddy were close, I know. Do you need anything? I thought you were pretty well taken care of. Where's Malcolm? Now, I'm presuming that Malcolm is her usual driver. And Otto was her father's driver. And he says he's not here. Well, I can see that. Well, where is he? In the woods. Well, what's he doing in there? Let's call it sleeping. That's Lono in the back seat saying get in the car. Or in the passenger seat, no, that's the back seat. It looks like the back seat. And it looks like they have already decided who's going to be. This is interesting. So the Javier Vasco crew are meeting with Lars, and they're trying to get him to become the leader of the Nagel family. And Lono is going to pitch it to Anna to be the leader. But whoever wins, the other one's got to die. See, this is the kind of like that show Succession. I never watched all of it, but I saw the first season or the first season and a half. And this has a lot of elements of that, but we're already into issue 72. And it's the first time we're seeing who's going to be the leader of a family when the board member dies off. This is the club, the guy running the club. And Ronnie is there, and he's making excuses, and he tells him, you got to understand, I got all these things, all these people I got to pay. I got to understand? No, I don't understand. I don't have to understand. You got to understand. You got to understand. You got to pay the money for tonight. He's almost suffocating him. And I'm going down to the door, and I'm taking what's down there, and you're going to call down ahead, and you're going to square it. Meanwhile, Ronnie now heads upstairs to talk to Pam and ask about his brother. She, of course, is not very patient with him. Remy is on his way out to the car to sell this guy whatever is in the trunk. And then, like a dumbass, he pulls his new magic gun on his friend and he's just teasing him. He asks him if he's got the money, and he says, no, man, I'm just teasing you. You should have seen the look on your face. We can square up tomorrow, the next day, whenever. And now, so I was wondering if this was going to happen during the birthday party. I was wondering when this was going to all come to a head. Here is the guy that Graves gave $100 to. And he is over messing with Remy's car. And Ronnie sees Remy. And as he walks up to him, very, very pissed off, Remy puts the gun in his face. But that's not what he's saying whoa about. The word Croatoa has been written in the snow across the back of Remy's car. So yeah, it's another cliffhanger. Waiting to see what happens next. Number 72. Lara Croft. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.